Runner H, this free AI super agent automates anything. Today, we're going to be looking at Runner H and exactly how to use this AI super agent to basically automate anything that you want. You can see, for example, here, I actually automated my calendar and creating events inside there. And also, there's some crazy stuff that you can do with this, all right? It costs $220 million to build it, and you can actually use it 10 times per day for free, as you can see right here. This is a great tweet thread from Rohan. Additionally, you can see some examples of what it can do for you here. So for example, Mira from AI Tools and News was talking about how it can read your emails, it can schedule meeting events, it can summarize weekly Slack events, pretty much links to any sort of tool that you want. And it's almost like a sort of text-based Zapier where you just like, I want this automation, and then it will go off and do it, right? So as an example, let's check this out and give it a whirl. What I'm going to do is check out some of the events right here. So if we check my calendar and check the calendar of my emails and then find the next 30-minute slot that works for both me and, let's say, for example, someone else this week, right? Let's plug that in. And we've called this Vision Sync Q3 as the event that we want to build. It's now running and thinking. Again, this is free. You can use it for 10 times per day for free. Honestly, I don't think most people are going to use it more than that. So I think it's good enough to just get it for free and start using this AI super agent. And it's really easy to set up because you can just sign into hcompany.ai. So now it's creating the event and it says the Vision Sync Q3 event has been successfully created for you at meandjuliangoldie.com. Here's the details. Let's have a look at the event. So we'll click on this link right here, see what we got. So this is a link to the Google Calendar and we have the information of the calendar right there, right? Super simple and easy. If you go back here, let's see what else we can connect. So you can connect, for example, like Google Calendar, Google Docs, Google Drive, Notion, Gmail, Zapier, Slack, Google Sheets, etc. So what's really cool about this is you can actually use all of the tools configured inside Zapier. So let's try this. We're going to click on connect over here. So what we need to do to connect this to Zapier is just create a new MCP server. By the way, if you want to know how to set up MCPs for Zapier, link inside the AI Success Lab on all my best workflows for doing that. It's pretty simple and easy. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Zapier MCP, new MCP server, select a client. We'll go with other, create MCP server. Then from here, we're going to click on connect on the top. Then we're going to copy this URL over here. We're going to go back over to Runner H. Then we're going to select this, connect, boom shakalaka. We just got Zapier connected, and we can use the tools connected inside here, right? So you can configure which tools you actually allow. So if we click on add tool over here, and then we're going to select, for example, Gmail, find email, we'll select which account we want. So for example, be at juliangoldie.com, we'll hit save on that. And this is going to link the MCP server and the tool find email inside Runner H, okay? We've got this connected over here. So let's just have a go and see if this actually works. Bear in mind, this is in beta. We'll go over to run, and then we'll say, okay, use Zapier tool and check for emails about paid sponsorships. Let's see if that works. All right, so that's connected over here. You can also add files as well. So you can add files to your library, and then it can reference those files whilst completing tasks, which is pretty cool as well. And you can select between how involved you want to be, right? Which is pretty crazy because you can say, okay, fully automated, moderately automated, or highly involved, right? Which means basically everything's going to be manual. So if we switch over to fully automated over here, and then we'll say, okay, let's have a look what we got. Discover, log new productivity tools. So we need to connect Google Sheets, which I'll do right now. Then we're just going to allow the permissions. And it's actually got a search feature, so it can search the web, which you can see it's doing right now to find the best. Then it can actually scrape web pages, so it can scrape data from the internet. Could actually be really good for lead generation as well. So for example, find me, I don't know, 10 SEO agencies I can white label backlinks for. Find me 5 e-commerce companies that would be interested in e-com AI automation, something like that. Okay. So now it's processing the data, it's grabbing all the details. And you can pause it and also flick back between different tasks as well. And then I think if you press Command and up, you can toggle the chat. So it's creating a spreadsheet, which is pretty crazy. So you can access my Google Drive and create spreadsheets. Now it's updating the cells inside that spreadsheet, and that task is complete. So it said create a Google Sheet named AI Market Watch Q2 and add collected information. And if we open up my Google Drive, let's pull this up. We've got the spreadsheet right there. And then if we go to AI tools, we've got the spreadsheet created. Okay? And we did all of this for free. Scrape the internet, search for the latest AI tools, came up with headlines, pricing models, and URLs where it got the data from, which is really cool. It worked perfectly first time around. I was not expecting that to work so smoothly, I'll be honest with you. And then you can also flick between the chats here as well. Now, what it's also done is created this PDF, it seems. So we can actually download that, or we can open it in our library. But it's summarized all the latest information as well. So if we click on download, we can download that locally, or if we click on open in library, we've actually got a library of documents that we've created with the AI. So it creates like your own Google Drive inside RunnerH with the PDF details. So just to recap here, it scraped the internet, searched in real time, found the latest tools, created a Google Drive, then downloaded that summary that is created and saved it as a PDF on our drive as well. Right? So it can connect to your emails, your calendar. It scheduled an event for me earlier. It can search a web scrape, everything. Pretty crazy stuff. And again, we've done this all for free. There's also this pay section here, which looks super interesting. I wonder if it's going to be able to pay automatically for you, like bills and stuff like that. That's pretty exciting. And then you can see here, you can connect Notion, Google Drive, Google Docs, Gmail, Slack, etc. Let's try this out. So if we go to Google Docs, we're going to connect this as well. I'm going to say, okay, create an SEO article about SEO training in Japan, format everything in a Google Doc, make it look beautiful, easy to read, and this Hormozi style copy with great formatting. And then I'm going to say, recommend the SEO Elite Circle for out. And we'll include a link to the SEO Elite Circle directly here, which is my SEO training program. So we've still got 6 runs. We've done a lot already. Let's hit run on that and see whether that can handle it. So it's creating the document over here. Petty Betty says, I appreciate these lives. I love to rewatch as I try the new toys. Thanks, man. Happy to help. If you like live calls as well, by the way, check out the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comments description. That comes with free live coaching calls per week. So you can actually jump on calls with us, ask any questions in real time, get help, and it's all personalized to you. All right. So let's have a look now. It says, I've created and formatted an SEO article for Julian Goldie. Let's see what we got here. So if I pull up my Google Drive, you can see SEO training in Japan. That is the article that it created. And it's written the whole article. Obviously, you can improve the content and the writing and everything else, but it's all formatted. It's done it exactly as we wanted. It's created it in a Google Doc exactly how we wanted. And we did it all for free, which is crazy. All right, so now let's say, okay, email via Gmail, the Google Drive link. I don't know if it's going to work on that, but let's just try it out. I want to just test it to its limits and see what it actually can't do, because so far it's been really good. So I think we need to connect our Gmail account. Let's go inside the connections tab. The UI is super easy to understand as well, which is great. I can see why it costs so much money to build. So we've got Gmail over here. So I've said email Julian Goldie at me@juliangoldie.com about RunnerH and how good it is. Let's see if it can actually connect that. I'm just going to say, just make up the details. That's where the auto approve drop down helps a lot, because you can just save a lot of time on the back and forth there. I have already connected my email. I'm going to say use my Gmail connection, which I have connected over here. There we go. All right. You see, it does seem to struggle to connect tools sometimes, right? It says, it seems like there isn't a direct tool available to send emails, but we know there is because it's connected over here. So I'm probably using it wrong, but let's see what we can do. So if we go back to Discover, hit Gmail on that, send Spotify song. I'm going to say, analyze the last email received from vic@juliangoldie.com on Gmail based on the mood or tone of the message, find a matching song, blah, blah, blah. We'll hit run on that. Shout out to Vic, legend in the AI Profit Boardroom. There we go. So it's connected now. Why does it think I'm not activated? I have connected over here. So it does seem to struggle on the Gmail connection. That's the only thing that I can find that's wrong with this. So we have connected it there. It even says connected, but then it says I don't have access to Gmail. That doesn't make sense. All right. The other cool thing you can do here is you can share your conversations, so you can make them public as well. And you can delete or rename your conversations too. But yeah, really cool tool. There's a lot you can do with that. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get all my video notes from today, feel free to get that inside the AI Success Lab, completely free. Comes with a cheat sheet plus 100 use cases on how to use RunnerH. We're giving away free trainings every single day. Plus you can see all these course links over here that you can get access to if you like to learn about super agents. Additionally, inside the community with 9,600 members, you can see that we've got all these different trainings that we give away every single day. So if you're not in there, you're missing out, mate. I'll tell you that for free. You can see all this crazy stuff that we're giving away, and most people charge you money for that, to be honest with you. Additionally, if you want to connect with me, if you want to get 3 coaching calls per week, etc., feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Comes with all my best automations, like you see right here. We actually just automated, for example, Make.com and Pinterest. We create some AI sales agents. We've even, for example, automated using Google Veo 3 and automated videos like you can see in this automation right here. So if you want our best and latest NA10 agents, feel free to get that. Link in the comments description. On top of that, what we also do is we have 3 coaching calls per week inside the calendar, and inside the community here, you can post any questions you have, and we have 616 dedicated entrepreneurs who are all focused on growing their business and scaling with AI. Not only that, my friends, because what we also do each week is we ask you what automations you want to see, right? So you actually get free automations built for you based on what you want to see. And I don't know any other community doing that. So anything you want us to build, we can pretty much build it as long as it's reasonable. And you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So each week we create a personalized video for you, and we build the automations that you want to see, like you can get right here. For example, 36 comments on this thread, and we just went off and built everything that people wanted to see us build, along with video tutorials right here. So a lot of value inside the AI Profit Boardroom if you just want to learn and get this stuff done for you, to be honest. And additionally, if you just like, okay, Julian, I want to hire you in your agency to do AI automation for us, feel free to book in an AI strategy session. Link in the comments description, completely free. You can jump on the AI strategy session, and inside there, we can look at your business, figure out what you need to automate, and then from there, we can just go off and build it for you. All right. So feel free to put that in. Appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.